Actually, that part, I think, was happening around this time.
Yeah. So Jim Carrey basically, come on.
Like, come on, she's having a good time, you should too. Yeah. So they start, he sort of starts rocking out, loosening up a bit.
Well, because they, like, come on. And then he's like acquiesces, going, meow, meow, meow. Okay, let's go have fun.
Yeah.
And then they point out Heather from across
like,
the room.
Like, killer at 3 o'clock. And he's like, looks over and goes, wow. Because at first he goes, you have some really nice friends. Oh, no, wait. Sorry,
interesting friends.
He gives him the speech tape.
Yeah.
Which, before, even, which I found very strange, because before he mentioned the lisp, he's like, oh, my brother's a speech therapist, he could really help you. And he goes, so? All right, sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up. But then he goes and gets him the tape, and he's just like, oh my God, it's thank you so much. And I do love the fact that the name of the doctor is fucking Swears. There's no way he could ever say that fucking name properly. That just made me laugh every single time. I'm like, that is the most unfortunate name to have for a speech therapist.
So they get to the party, or into the party.
Yeah, and then this is where they notice
Steven.
Heather. Yes.
Not you, Steven.
Yes.
But Steven,
I don't go by Steven, so it works.
So Steven the character, Bubby.
Yes.
Look around the room.
Look at the
room.
Look at the freaks over at table 9 that is your party right now.
So look at all the people, and then look at her.
Yeah.
You notice that something ain't right here.
Well,
that she don't belong.
Let's break this down, shall we? She's ridiculously attractive. She's by herself. She seems to be not
got a Rachel Lynn Cook thing going on.
A little bit, yeah. She's 90s hot, which works for me, like you read about. And she's not doing anything. She's literally there.
Yeah, not even dancing or anything. No, just standing there.
She's just standing there looking for you, basically.
Yeah.
You should think a little bit closer about this, don't you think?
Yeah. But they get to talking. They get to another room. Tequila's involved, and this is all happening while
Chip is coerced, not very hard, to sing a song, and he's singing, the I still know the entire speech from the fucking album. I'm not going to do it, but I do know the entire speech. But it's Somebody to Love by Jefferson Airplane, and he is singing the song surprisingly insanely well, but crazy.
Yeah, as Jim Carrey. And I'm sure there's been at least once or twice since 1996 where someone's gone to a karaoke party or gone to karaoke at a bar and did this song like this verbatim.
You're talking to somebody who's done that.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. You don't think I would have done that? Come on. Yeah, A, I love karaoke, and B, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So, yes, and there's always alcohol involved with me.
Well, yes. I mean, you're not doing this sober.
No.
Although, who does karaoke sober?
If you do, you're doing it wrong.
And then it's implied that him and Heather slept together.
Well, first, Jim...
He's been taking pictures all night.
He's been taking pictures all night of Polaroids, and he takes a picture of them. He also talks to Rick, who was there.
Yeah.
And Rick's like, I don't trust you, Chip Douglas. And then he just sort of goes, and then for some reason Chip just goes, he's changing, you just gotta get used to it. And I'm like, changing into what? He's the same fucking person he was. It's a weird conversation. It makes no sense. And then he just goes, fuck it, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And this is where they fuck.
Yeah. Well, basically. They wake up the next day. He wakes up the next day. Chip's cooking breakfast. Board your sweatshirt, hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
And just throughout breakfast, basically was, she's a prostitute.
Yeah, she's like,
you think losers like us can get a girl like that?
He's just nuts? Like, it's my treat. I buy this time, you buy next time. What do you mean?
The women. Which women, there was
plural.
A woman.
Yeah, but he implies that there will be more in the future.
I guess.
Now, I can defend this, not very hard, but I can defend this. In his warped mind...
Yes, I mean, fair.
He thinks he's doing him a favor. All right? He legitimately sees nothing wrong with it. Now, I personally don't either. I would never use the services of said ladies of the night.
Here's the thing.
But I don't judge those who do. And so I can understand both sides of the coin. Where if you're cool with it, you don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now, of course, being more so on Steven's side... I would never want that. I would never want anyone to trick me into it.
Especially that he's trying to get him. And also, by the way, hey, Chip, I know you're crazy and warped or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we can't get girls as hot as that. You've seen what Steven's ex /
You've seen Leslie Mann, right? You've seen her. He can get chicks like that. You can't, maybe, but he can.
So, but he kicks him out. Get out! Get out of my apartment. And basically, get out of my life. And I want this karaoke stuff gone by the end of the week.
But we're eating scramby eggs.
I love that. We're eating scramby eggs.
Which is written into the script, by the way, because I read it in the fucking novelization. I remembered that since I was a kid.
He's like, and I've called scrambled eggs scramby eggs since then.
Pretty much.
So he's like, I'm gonna fix this, Steven.
I do make scrambled eggs a lot, and I do call them scramby eggs in my head.
So he's just
like, I'm gonna fix it, Steven. You just wait, you see.
And the way he's gonna fix it, he's just gonna beat the shit out of the guy that Robin's going on a date of.
Which is hilarious because we see the beginning of the date. He doesn't need to do shit.
No.
This guy's an asshole.
But I do like the costume.
Yeah.
He's with this guy in costumes. Shows up with like the porn stash and the glasses.
Because it's gotta be different. And he goes to the...
Does a little weird walk.
Yeah. He goes to the bathroom, slips 100 to the gas station.
That's the thing. I watched yesterday. It was a 20.
It was a 20?
It was a 20.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people don't tip those guys.
You've been working hard. Take a break.
You know, I have a weird story about a bathroom attendant. There's only ever been one place where I've ever been where there was a bathroom attendant, and it was fucking Sound Academy at a Mudvayne show.
That's weird.
Yeah. And you know me, I have a bladder like an infant. I have to go consistently, and we were drinking heavily that night.
So I'm Wood and Mudvayne show?
Yeah. I'm in and out of that bathroom. I think I was about $7 or $8 in before I'm like, I gotta stop tipping this motherfucker. Because I was giving him $1 every time I went in, and I'm like, I piss a lot, so I'm in and out, and I'm like, no, I gotta stop giving that guy money.
This peeing is costing me an arm and a leg.
I literally, I must have spent about $10 tipping this dude, and I'm like, and he didn't do anything.
Ironically, you probably tipped him the amount it costs for one beer, of which caused you to go into the bathroom 8-9 times.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you paid for a beer without actually having a beer.
Okay, first of all, it wasn't one beer I had that night.
No, I mean the price of one beer.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely true. Yeah. But yeah, like I ended up stopping tipping the guy because I think all he was doing was handing me a paper towel. Because what was I doing that would require anything? It's I don't know why there was a bathroom attendant at that show anyway. So fucking weird. That always bothered me to this day. But anyway, moving on.
And we didn't mention him in the credits because he's not in the credits. But Robin's date is Owen Wilson. Again, Owen Wilson is in this movie, just as this one guy in this one scene.
I mentioned him in the credits because I thought that was hilarious. But yeah.
As Ray.
And he's a tool.
Just a ginormous douchebag.
He's that guy, and he literally did it, which I love.
Yeah, he's that
where
guy.
He's just like, tell me about you. Tell me what you do for a living.
Tell me all about you.
And she starts talking, and he goes, hang on one second. Man, where's our chicken? And as somebody who, waits on the public, as I'm a retailer, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, I would punch you so hard. Where he's just like, what's taking so long? Like, have the chickens hatched yet? I don't know if it's too much trouble. Can you go and check on our chicken, for God's sakes? And he's like, I can't believe these people.
You know what? I gotta hit the head, but as soon as I get back, I want to hear all about your job.
Well, he asks her first again. He asks her about her job, and then she starts saying, well, I'm under a lot of stress lately. And he just goes, God, you're beautiful. What? You're really beautiful. I just wanted to tell you that.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, like very awkward. And then that's when he's just like, I want to hear everything about you, but I gotta go hit the head.
And then as he's on the way to that, and what's the deal with the chickens?
I'm like, I don't feel bad that Jim Carrey's about to beat the shit out of you.
So when he goes in to take a pee, Jim Carrey is like licking his tongue, and then like on his thumb to like pump up like the guy he's just handling his eyebrows.
Yeah, he's like, that'll work better for you, I promise.
Yeah. It's like a mom, like you got a little dirt there.
Yeah.
And then he goes like sliding in.
Yeah, he's like, how are you, sir? No, I'm great. He's like, do you need any help? I got it, Stretch. And then he walks into the thing. And then he literally...
I don't know how.
Like, I guess crawled underneath the stall and pops up and goes, I really think you need some help. And then Owen Wilson goes to push him. He grabs him and then just proceeds to beat the 7 shades of shit into this guy.
He dumps his head in the toilet, which I'm hoping he didn't already pee in.
No, I don't think he got to that point.
And then, beats the shit out of him.
Yep.
Makes him rise like, right into the corner. That's gotta hurt, Gene.
Only wrestling fans get that one.
Puts his fucking mouth completely onto the fucking hand dryer.
And tells him to suck.
Jesus.
Like, that seems a bad day.
And just just kicks the shit out of him.
Also while dancing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's dancing some scat.
Yeah. Like, from this angle, you look like Dithika Gillespie.
Yeah, and that's where it goes. Well, that was when he was doing the sucking, because, there's rumors. But, it's so weird.
It's one of the best scenes in the film.
It really is.
Because there's no need for it.
No, none. And it's out of left field, and is completely worthless. And then he's done, and he's just like, and I got one thing. Stay away from Robin. Skip him up! And walks away. What the fuck?
And we cut to Stephen watching on the news like a man was savagely beaten today in a bathroom, showing like Owen Wilson getting carried on a stretcher.
And he's unable to talk. Witnesses have got a police sketch artist drawing of it, and it's like, it looks like the Unabomber, basically. Yeah.
But with a porn stash. And then we get, and this is like the most damning thing on like media at the time, because that's what this whole Sam and Stan Sweet thing is, just some sort of like, I guess, commentary on the pariahness, viciousness of media, especially in the mid-90s, because OJ.
Yep.
Where the trial verdict hasn't even come in yet, and they're already on UPN. Now, kids, UPN.
It became the WB.
Yeah. They're doing...
or the CW, sorry.
No, came WB and I think CW.
No, it was actually the two of them merged to become the CW. Yeah. Fuck, I'm still old.
And it's Eric Roberts in a made-for-TV movie.
I remember clearly them doing this. Yeah. And this is they're parodying something. The Menendez trial.
Yeah.
That's what they're parodying, because they did the exact same thing. I remember this like it was fucking yesterday. The Menendez brothers had not even been convicted when the TV movie about them killing their parents was out there. And I remember watching it because I remember the weirdest sentence I've ever heard, where one of the Menendez kids walks away, and like they're of course adults, and he walks over and goes, "What are you doing? Mom's still alive." Yeah. And that sentence has always bothered me. Such a weird sentence.
So Chip goes to visit Robin, and he figures out a way to get into her apartment, like, I got a cable package upgrade. I didn't pay for one. Well, somebody did.
Somebody did. Looks like you have a secret admirer. Was it a man named Stephen? I'm not allowed to tell.
Stephen...
I promised Stephen I wouldn't. Oh, I let the cat out the bag.
Gets into her apartment, slips into her
her vent for whatever reason.
Spies on her a little bit.
Yeah, and notices the birthmark, which will come into play later.
And sets her all up. But he's actually setting up, what is he, setting up a camera?
I'm guessing
or
so,
some sort of recording equipment. Yeah. Because I think Robin calls Steve, and then I think he hears him over the thing. Blowing off Rick. Yeah. You ready to rock? Oh, shit, the concert. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have a date with Robin. We're really getting back together.
Yeah, because he basically, Chip uses a weird story about his girlfriend, his fake girlfriend dying bungee jumping in Mexico.
Promise me something,
You'll never
Robin.
go bungee jumping in Mexico.
And she's like, okay.
They don't have the regulations.
It's like, okay, I won't.
And then, weirdly enough, that story kind of drives her to Steven.
Yeah, like, cherish him forever.
Yeah.
And then she calls him, says, I love you, and then they set up a date, and he blows off Rick. And it's pouring rain, and fucking Rick drives off.
And then...
pissed off.
Yeah, and then Chip shows up and just goes, "See, I got her back for you." And he's just like, "I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't have room in my life for a friend." And I'm like, motherfucker, he just saved your relationship. He just said it. You may be pissed at what he did, but you gotta at least give him credit. You can't break up with him now.
No.
But he does.
Now, this scene... I think is ironically enough, it's one of the darkest scenes in the film, because it's the image of like,
and he's just like, are you okay? And he's just like, yeah, me? I'll be fine. I'll be okay. Like, his voice cracks, and he like, it's over the top, but it's not.
Because when Steven leaves, and you just get the image of Jim Carrey, dead-eyed, in the pouring rain, talking to himself. And just like, I'll fix... like, basically, like, I'll fix you, and I'll fix everything.
I'll fix everything.
Like, just nuts, right?
Yeah,
just
like, completely... that's... basically, that's the moment where you go, and we snap.
Because that's when the film changes.
Yeah.
He immediately calls Robin.
He's like, have you talked to Steven today?
It says that he's worried about him. He gets Steven arrested.
But this is... okay, so I have a problem with this, but we'll get further, and I'll get to my point. But yeah, so basically, Steven's doing his meeting, which is, again, I think why they set up that sentence he said was for this moment, but I'm like, pointless. He gets arrested at work.
And it's the cop
from earlier who says that he accepted stolen